This is a Vizio D650i-B2. The TV came to the shop for no power, so I'm gonna plug the TV to the power here. The standby light is not on. So keep it this way so we can see the standby light. And this is the power button wires. There is just two wires. If you short them, the TV should turn on. So I'm gonna short them here, and we watch the standby light. Yeah, doesn't go. So we short the black and the brown. So the TV doesn't turn on. No standby light. Is not responding to the power button. Let's check some voltage. Put the black probe in the ground. We set up the multimeter at the DC, the voltage DC, and we're gonna look here. So we have 12 volt and we have 5 volt standby. The last pin. I mean the yellow line is the 5 volt. That's the standby voltage. So if we check over there, we should find a 5 volt. But look, is a 1 volt or less, and is not stable, up and down. And this look like the voltage is trying to go up, but something's stopping it. Yeah, could be the filtering diode for the standby. This is the standby circuit. This is the switching IC and the MOSFET. And this is the standby transformer, the diode, and the capacitor. In this diode, we should find 5 volt. We find the same thing, 1.7 volt. The other voltages, they should be off, like 12 volt and 24 volt, they should be off because the TV is not on. When you press the power button, the main board controller is going to send power board to turn on the voltage, and that's going to be the PS on, the pin here. Let's check the resistance and the 5 volt standby. So the resistance in the 5 volt standby is 17 mega ohm. That's here in the diode we have kilo ohm, so about like 1 kilo ohm. So this diode is not shorted. Let's plug it again. Yeah, the diode is not getting hot. The standby IC, yeah, is good. So the voltage in the power board, it's came to the it's go on the some filters here, go to rectify bridge. The 110 is become like 160 volt. From there it's go to the capacitors for the filter. Then in the standby mode, 160 is go to this IC. This IC is carrying the voltage to the 5 volt on this coil, to this diode to filter it. Capacitor, we have out 5 volt. When we press the power button, that power is sending the signal to this one. This is step up voltage transformer. So the 160 volt that's coming to these MOSFETs, they're going to be current, but it's going to be rising up. It's going to go from 160 to 360, between 360 to 390. That voltage is gonna feed these two MOSFETs here. These two MOSFETs is gonna carry the voltage to the coils, then to these diodes, and we're gonna have the output 12 volt and 24 volt. Three sections in this board. We have standby section is here. We have step up voltage is here, and we have the 12 volt and 24 volt is here. So at the moment we have the problem in the standby voltage. So I already unplug the TV, and I'm gonna check the diode to see if that diode still work. So we have reading this way. And we have reading this way. So let me unplug this one. Then we test it. So there is a reading this way. And open line this way. So look like the diode is good. I'm gonna disconnect the main board from the power board. Then we see if the short is there. That's what I don't think, or the short is here in the main board, and that's what I think. So we disconnect this one. Let's plug it back. And let's check here in this pin. Okay, look here. We have 5 volt stable. Exactly 5.0. No moving up or down. So that's the 5 volt diode. Of course, we are not going to have no 12 volt or 24 volt here. So that's telling us the problem is here. So this is the yellow, the standby. Yeah, there is no short in the standby. Any short in these coils. There is a short here. This is a regulator. This one here is, I think I see 3.3. Very low ohm. So that's the output, and this is the cannot be 2 pins 0 in this regulator. Cannot be 2 pins ground. But this pin here is good. So this pin and this pin is shorted. Could be the regulator itself. Wanna remove the board. Just let me connect that one. Alright, hold on. Look here. So after I disconnect everything, so we have 1 kilo ohm here, ground here. So the output, the 3.3 volt output, is no more short. The 3.3 volt, it's not gonna go to the power board, but it may go to the inverter board, and it go to the IR sensor. So I'm gonna connect. So let me connect this one from the power board to here. Disconnect everything. I'm gonna plug it. Do we have the 3.3 here? Yep, the 3.3 volt is over there, because the 5 volt is stable. Yep. Look like the problem is not in the main board. The problem is one of the other things that's connected to the main board. So let's go one by one. So I'm gonna connect. Sure, the screen shouldn't be the problem, because the screen it work with the 12 volt. This is the power for the this is the power for the sound IC. It's work between 12 volt to 24 volt, I think. Yeah, that's the 24 volt. That's the sound IC power. Speaker, definitely they don't make the 3.3 shorted. Power button is not connected, because that's the power button is connected to nothing. So is left the inverter and the IR sensor. So plug the power to the TV. Let's check the 5 volt. We still have the 5 volt. 3.3. We have 3.3. So all this stuff, screen that's connected to the TV, should be good. So let me connect to the inverter. This one here. And plug the TV again. .3 is there. So yeah, because we have 3.3, sure we have 5 volt. So the inverter is not the problem. Now we're down to here, the IR board. So when let's connect the IR board again, or here, we have 3.3 volt. Good. But if we connect the IR board, are we going to still have the 3.3? No, we don't have 3.3. We have just a very low voltage, 200 mil. So let me disconnect this one, the IR, and I'm going to plug the TV, and I'm going to try to turn on the TV, because I want to see if the screen is good. So let's short the power button. Okay, the TV is on. I did see the backlight. You can see it here. Definitely the TV is on now. So we find the problem. The TV is, yep, the TV is on. Okay, someone asked me about how to change the IR sensor in the vizio. This is how you do it. You need to take the cover, and the IR just sitting over there. It's easy to replace. The part number is right there. I'm gonna disconnect this one, and I check, see what's going on with this IR. If it can be fixed or need to replace it. So on the board we didn't have a lot of things here. We have this LED, we have one resistor here, capacitor here, there is two resistors here. This is the IR receiver, this is the light sensor, and we have a small capacitor here. So here, yeah, that's not okay. Here, yeah, we have a low ohm here, like a 4 ohm here. We have here, we have low ohm, open line, and open line. So we have two pins tested as a ground. I don't know if that's normal. Because there is a short, the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to test this capacitor here. It tested okay. This one here, it tested low ohm. Okay, got it. So I'm just removing the capacitor and cleaning the pads. So that's the capacitor was here. So let's test it now. So we have 2 mega ohm now. That's good. No more. And in this pin here was testing a low ohm. We have kilo ohms here. The other pan, of course, is going to be the ground. So now the board is ready. Let's put it in the TV and see if it's going to work. Okay. So we connect the IR. Let's test it here. Oh yeah, the TV turns on. And we have the picture over there. So that's what it was. The 3.3 was shorted because the IR sensor. So let me find the vizio remote and we check the IR if it's still work. So I find this. All I need is just the power button to see if the TV is going to respond to the power button. The TV is off now, and I'm going to press the power button. You see the backlight over there is on, and you can see this light, it's go on. So let me turn it. You just watch the backlight. Need to go down a little bit. Yeah, the backlight goes off. So the IR still work. This TV is fixed and is ready to put it back and give it to the customer. So this is all for this video. Thank you for watching and see you again.